What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my picks for MLB
Tuesday, September 15th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made.
Okay guys, let's take a look at this 12-game main slate. At the pitcher position, I like Deivi Garcia with a 19% pitching advantage over the Toronto Blue Jays. Deivi Garcia is pitching 19% better versus righty batters. He's only giving up a .227 OPS versus righties, and he's facing 5 righties here tonight. On top of that, the Blue Jays have only hit 3 out of his last 18 pitches. That's a 167 batting average. He's $8,900 FanDuel salary and $2,100 less on DraftKings. So I like that DraftKings price. He has an ERA of 3.06. His record is 1-1 this year, pitching an average of 88 pitches per game and averaging 33 fantasy points per game. He scored 43 fantasy points last game. So I like Deivi Garcia here versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. I like Paul Goldschmidt with a 37% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Brett Anderson. Paul Goldschmidt is batting 28% better versus lefty pitchers. He's batting a 1.175 OPS versus lefties. And Brett Anderson is throwing 9% worse to righties than he does lefties, giving up a .769 OPS versus righties. Paul Goldschmidt is 8 for 15, batting a .533 batting average and a 1.544 OPS versus Anderson. He has 2 home runs in there. He's $3,600 FanDuel salary and $1,200 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 3, 6, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He's in a fantastic spot here tonight, so I like Paul Goldschmidt here versus Brett Anderson. Okay, who do we have at the second base position? Here's a value play for you. I like Donovan Solano with a 17% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Jay Newsome. Donovan Solano is batting a .859 OPS versus righties, and Newsome throws his worst ball versus righty batters, 16% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .823 OPS versus righties. Solano is 1 for 1. He's got a triple. Solano is $2,800 FanDuel salary and $1,500 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He's projected at 13 fantasy points here tonight. So I like Donovan Solano here versus LJ Newsome.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I feel like I've been giving this player out almost every day, but I'm going to give him again. It's Anthony Rendon with a 40% batting advantage over Madison Bumgarner. Anthony Rendon is batting a .990 OPS versus lefties, and Bumgarner throws his worst ball by far to righty batters, 37% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .974 OPS versus righties. And Anthony Rendon is 7 for 16, batting a .438 batting average and a 1 OPS versus Bumgarner. He's 4,000 FanDuel salary and 1,400 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 15, 6, and 3 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Anthony Rendon here versus Madison Bumgarner. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I'm going to give you another value play here. I like Jorge Polanco with a 60% batting advantage over Dane Dunning. Jorge Polanco is batting a .771 OPS versus righties, and Dane Dunning pitches his worst ball by far to switch hitters, 59% worse than his other pitches. There's no at-bats versus Dunning yet, and he's 2,900 FanDuel salary and 1,400 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 10, 3, and 3 fantasy points in the last 3 games, projected at 10 fantasy points here tonight. So I like Jorge Polanco here versus Dane Dunning. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Dominic Smith with a 24% batting advantage over Jake Arrieta. Dominic Smith is batting 6% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a .978 OPS versus righties. And Jake Arrieta, he pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, 18% worse than his pitch to righties. He's giving up a .903 OPS versus lefties. Dominic Smith is 5 for 10, batting .500 with a 1.583 OPS versus Arrieta. He's got 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run. He's 3,400 FanDuel salary and 1,200 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 13, 3, and 35 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Dominic Smith here versus Jake Arrieta.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.